Probably. Something in the woods. Yeah. All the ground cover, all the tree coverage just leaving. Yep. Hip. Yep. Yep. And it was more movement than we want from him. Hip. There. So that's what we want. A little bit of a kind of consideration. Hip. 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 Good. He's definitely in your space. Hip. Yep. Hip. Good. Yep. 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 There you go. Good. So you read that lean right because he had that where it could have gone either way, but it worked out where you read it right because he had that I'm gonna, and then you went to the hip. So he thought, oh, all of me has to go. So he was able to understand all of him was involved. Yep. Yep. There it is. Good. Give him a rub, even though he's in your space. Don't worry about it. Just give him a rub for the movement. Hip. There. Yep. Good. Be prepared to tell him not to come forward. Good. Good. Go. Almost. Hip. Yes. That was good. Even though he didn't go, every part of that was right. Hip. 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 Good. There. Nice. Give him a rub. So one of the things you can do to try to help with that too is to say, no, you back up and I'll come to you instead of accepting that, whatever, I'm already rubbing you. Um, of who asks for what. Good. 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 Yep. Hip. Yep. I know. Can you believe it? So much to think about. Hip. 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 Good. Good boy. Good boy. He had some pretty nice communication there with his face. Hip. Yes. Yes. Good boy. So now during the week, or the week's almost before Sunday, if you get a chance to play with this again, your goal is to get him. I want those nice slow steps, just like he's doing, but see if you can add to it. Because what we're going to want to do, oh, he was just wiggling his. Um, because what we're going to do is we're going to go out on a circle. Now I want you to do this. Now I want you to go out on a circle. Now I want you to do this. We want him to learn there's a difference because one's going to kiss cue that says, "Now I need you to go," and our energy's going to. You feel like almost, right? That's kind of our way of saying, "Let me help you," right? So we want to make sure that he's always going to check in with us to see if helping. So we're going to send him on a circle, and instead of hind yielding him, which he's going to expect us to do, we're going to bring him in and ask him to do those sideways steps. I know, right? My desire from day one was to erase that thing he's got going on with that hind yield, um, because he holds anger that he doesn't need, and that's one of the things he's really angry about. And then he's still back up. So what I want to try to do is if we can, he's wrong, because that's the thing is like he has a hard time being told he's wrong. So like when he so how it was taught to him was punishing. You know what I mean? And here he's like, now I've just been punished for something. So he's always had anger about that. And the same with the here to say, no, 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 don't do that. He feels like, but wait, I was allowed to come in here. I don't understand, or I was allowed to last 10 times. I want to tell him as soon as you see in, you know, he'll drop his head slightly, like I'm coming in, right? It doesn't. It's not a dramatic drop. It's not like, all right, I'm coming in. But he does have a there's a body to tell that says I'm coming in. So what we want to do is we want to say, oh, but don't do that right now. So we can say before you do the mistake, let you know that's not part of it today. Because I think if we can eliminate him feeling wrong, all those kind of when he was loose, right? That was behavior that was potentially dangerous to where like I almost took this because right? Um, so we want to make sure that we feel like we're only here to help. We're not here to punish him for things that he thought he was doing right. No? Come say hi. Come say hi. You want okay? It's not okay. There's nothing in it. No, there's nothing in it. It's my pocket. Yeah. I don't have anything. Boy. I don't have anything. I have a napkin, paper towel. But you smell? Yeah, I can smell all that. That the to try. If you were to come out here tomorrow and put them out on the circle and try to yield, but I think we can convince him that we're trying to talk to you. We're not trying to make you some anger for feeling like he had been punished for things he didn't do. You know, kind of like in the classroom. You know, the teacher already yelled at you, and it was the kid over here. You know, I think he feels like he's been punished. Right. He strong assumptions. Gage, he was this entire not like, yeah, I got this. He was like, wait, like this? Good. Right. They'll keep him. Yep. Yeah, because often, so you'll find that they'll do this part fine and then behind you. So if, yeah, if you tell them, no, I need you to keep going. And then if you want, like put everything in the middle and just practice, you could walk the whole thing. And the goal, and he does everything the way. And like you said, you feel him lag behind. You could usually feel you can feel it like whether it's energy or you feel it on the rope. For field view, yeah. Good. Yeah, and it's actually pulling his back down. Yeah. He's pulling your back down a little bit. That's like Katie. Katie's back is getting pulled. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I like to refine it to. It's just a yeah that noise clucking. Ah, it's such an obnoxious sound. But that just that clicking behind your teeth is fine. That's what I try to turn the kiss into that. Which maybe I should just never do the kiss. But it seems like the kiss is necessary and it has a little startle effect to it. It usually. Good boy. Good boy. He's like, I'm not sure what you were telling me to do, but you were telling me to do something, I think. Um, and then you can do your traveling circle in your field, you know, and then have him just, you know, you could do it at a trot, you could even do it at a canter, you know, where just you keep walking and he does all the work. And then it's more interesting than straight line. Well, where are we going? And then before you know it, you're in that corner, and then you're in that corner, and then if you just you can turn it into where it's an adventure every time, and it's way different than just lunging. Lunging's awful. Yeah. Oh, it already ripped. Brand new, and already ripped. Well, it was in my bag actually, so it wasn't even in my hands. It was just like a flag on the back of somebody's wheelchair. I'm glad they weren't expensive. Smells like the ground. Smells like the Oh, you have a flag too, so you could teach him to put his head down with the flag.
So you just keep doing it until they do.
Till you see the thought cross their mind of dropping their nose, and it literally it can be as little as, and then you pause, and then when it looks like they've erased that thought, then you put,
Go back.
and then as soon as that thought crosses their mind again, it just has to be where you can tell that that's what they thought.
And it's just rhythmic, right?
Yep, yep. And it doesn't get any louder. It doesn't get any more obnoxious. And then once they figure out that that's what makes that stop moving, then literally you could just be standing there and then flip the flag and they'll drop their head. And that's another way to help them off of adrenaline, even if it doesn't, because he gets on adrenaline, even though his body isn't and his feet aren't on fire,
Right.
and his head doesn't always have to be like in the ceiling, but he does get on adrenaline pretty intensely. Like he came off of adrenaline quite a bit in this session.
He did.
He licked and chewed. He blew out. He yawned. He what else did he do that was an obvious?
He decide.
Yeah, he had a big sigh. He kept dropping. Um, all those things show you how much adrenaline he was holding. Whether it was he was holding it from days or if he was holding it from the initial start. Hard to say, but I
I wonder how Toby will do with that.
you ever tried the flag with him?
I mean, I do, you know, like what I try to do with them, I'll have like a long whip, and I'll even come out and like do it just around them,
Mhm.
so try to just
Right.
someone that works longer, as long as you're not looking at them.
Yeah.
When you do it, there should be no expectation to do anything.
Right. Well, because your eyes burn intention on them. So if you're staring at them, then they feel that intention and they try to figure out that they're supposed to be doing, even though they can't feel what the intention is, but they feel intention. Yeah.
So that's what
Anytime you turn your back on them, you take intention away from them. Anytime that you look away, that's why usually most of the work I do, I don't do looking in the face, so that they don't feel that. Yeah, if somebody's like staring at you, and you're like, what? Yeah, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, especially if you see somebody staring at you from like across the room, or finally you'll be like, what? Right? Yeah, or you. That's I have fun too. Be like, so the person across the bar, it's like you'll catch like 3 or 4 people wipe their mouth because they thought you meant it for them. What else did I?